Hey guys, so it's Valentine's Day and I'm single and I'm spending my Valentine's Day playing Minecraft and making videos, and I'm okay with that. I'm pretty okay with doing this, so I don't really care, but yeah. Anyways, because it's Valentine's Day, I thought of this really funny story from when I was in 3rd grade about my first and only Valentine. So I thought, why not make a video out of it? And yeah, I also want to do more of these story time typey videos. So if you like this video, click the like button if you want, and even subscribe if you want. I don't know, you do you. So when I was in elementary school, I had this really close friend who I will call Terry in this story. That's not his real name, but Terry works. So me and Terry, we were really close friends all the way from kindergarten to 5th grade. And then after we left elementary school and went into middle school, we kind of drifted, and I haven't spoken to him since, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, me and Terry, we were really close friends. We would do group projects and hang out at recess and sit next to each other at lunch, because that's what friends do, right? I guess, I don't know. But there was this one time around this time of year in 3rd grade where me and Terry were working on this project about some book that we were reading. I think it was called Because of Winn-Dixie. I'll leave a little cover here if you want to look at it, but I don't know. I just remember that for some reason. But anyways, so we were working on this project and we were making a poster for this book. And me and Terry were obviously partnered up together. And then we got to work. So this was on the last day of us working on the project, because we were almost done with the project to turn into my teacher. So we were just working, and then we were sitting at the table that we were working at, and Terry's just standing around, and I'm coloring in the bubble letters that we had drawn onto our poster. And then all out of nowhere, Terry was like, "Hey, do you want to be my Valentine?" And I was like, "What?" "Yeah, do you want to be my Valentine?" And then at that time, I really didn't pay attention to what he said, and I thought he said something else. So I was just like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And during elementary school, Terry had a crush on me from when we first met each other in kindergarten, from all the way to 5th grade. And I did not know that at the time of the story happening. So when he asked me to be his Valentine, I really didn't think much of it. And like I said before, I really didn't care, and I didn't pay attention to what he said. So I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not?" And then he's like, "Yes." So, and then Terry ran all the way to the other side of the classroom, starts talking to another one of my friends, and then he's waving his arms around and he has the smile on his face. I'm like, what is he doing? We're supposed to be working on the project. So I call him over. He's coming over with a huge smile on his face. I just think he's a bit crazy at this point, but I didn't really think of it. So then when we finished our project and turned it in, I went to go talk to my other group of friends, and they were like, "So you said yes to Terry asking you to be his Valentine?" I was like, "Wait, what?" So then they told me, and I was like, "Oh, what have I done?" So, and then I just stood there with my friends, and then I looked back at Terry. He still had the smile on his face, and I just felt so bad because, like I mentioned before, he had a crush on me. I didn't have a crush on him, so we weren't feeling the mutual feelings. So then I was like, okay, once this day is over, I'm gonna tell him, or the next day I'm gonna tell him, and then he's probably gonna be devastated, but that's okay. And that was my plan. And then class ended, and we were going to our next class, which was our math class, I think, and the teacher wasn't there, so we were waiting for a sub to unlock the door to let us into the classroom. So my whole class was just waiting there, and we were just talking and stuff in our little friend groups, and me and Terry, we were standing next to each other, and we were just talking. So then out of nowhere, I just said, "Hey, can I bring the project home?" And Terry's like, "No." I was like, "What?" "Yeah, no, you're not bringing the project home." "What? Why not?" "Oh, I don't know. I just want to hang it up in my room or something. I want to show it to my parents." I was like, "Can I at least bring it home to show it to my parents and then bring it to you?" And he's like, No, you can't bring it home. I'm going to keep it at home." And then in my mind, I was like, what are you going to use it for? You say you're going to hang it up in your room, but you're probably just going to throw it away anyways. And then at this point, I got really mad at him for some reason, I don't know why I got so mad, but out of nowhere, I just said, fork you. And I was like, and I don't know where that came from. I don't know where I heard it from. It was my first time ever saying a swear. And if you know me in real life, you know that I don't swear a lot. Sure, I'll slip out like 1 or 2 swears occasionally, but most of the time I don't swear, and I try not to. So that time of me saying the F word to him, I did not expect that to come out of me. And then when he heard it, he was like, ah, and did this like huge gasp. And I was like, oh dang, I just said that, didn't I? But no one else heard it. It was just me and Terry it was just Terry that heard it, and me just sitting there panicking. So then Terry was like, I'm gonna tell the teacher. And I was like, well, please don't. So we walked into the class together, and I was begging him not to tell. And then Terry was like, no, I'm telling. You're gonna get in trouble. And I'm gonna tell on you. You get in trouble. So I was like, no, please. I didn't say that. I said skunk you. I said the fudge you. And then I started coming up with all of these alternatives to that phrase because I was so scared and I didn't want to get in trouble. So when Terry was like, no, I'm telling. She's right there. I'm gonna walk up to her. And then I just admitted defeat at that point. I just walked away and then sat down on my seat. And my other friend saw this panicked look on my face. And he was like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm A-okay. And then Terry walks up to the teacher. He tries explaining it. And honestly, Terry tried his best to explain it without saying the word. But the teacher didn't seem to understand. So the teacher didn't care. I was off the hook. Terry was mad at me because I said that to him. Yeah, that's what happened. I don't know why I still remember the story, but I just find it really funny because 30 minutes after me saying yes to Terry asking me to be his Valentine, I said the F word at him and he tried to get me in trouble, but he didn't. So just the course of events that happened in that short amount of time just seems really funny to me. And I still remember the story for some reason. And this is the first ever time I cursed at someone. This was my first ever Valentine. And this was the first time I've ever got off the hook for something that I did. So there were a lot of firsts in the story, but I don't think anything like this would happen again. So that was the story for Valentine's Day. I don't know why I just thought of it all of a sudden, because I occasionally have the story in the back of my mind, but ever since this week came out, I was like, oh, that's a funny story to tell on Valentine's Day. So now here I am making this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe if you want, and yeah.